Hey guys, what is up and welcome to another vlog. Today's gonna be an awesome day. I'm not entirely sure 100% what I'm doing today, but I do know the first thing that I'm doing is I am going to Yoshi factory to hang out with Okachan for a little bit. Got to drop off some injectors to him, which he's gonna be using with the Ataka Garage intake manifold that I've given him for him to like give us some feedback on and stuff like that. So that'll be sick. And then after that, gonna head home, and I've got quite a few things that I can do on the car. I may start working on fiberglassing and repairing the front bar, not entirely sure just yet. Or I might just work on the rear brakes and fix that squealing issue. We'll see what I feel like when I get home. Anyways, heading there now, focus on driving, and once we get there, we'll whip out the camera again. So everyone always talks about how clean and beautiful Japan is, but there are some gross habits that kind of happen here. See these bottles here, these water bottles with what looks like yellow liquid in them? And they're all scattered along this island here, right? Now, this is what truckies do here in Japan. They don't pull over and go to the bathroom. They pee in these bottles, and then when they're stuck in the traffic at the lights here, they just toss them out here. And the reason why they do this is they know that once a week someone comes along here and cleans them up. It's kind of gross, but also kind of like, makes sense, but also kind of like, come on guys, just pull over and go to the bathroom. But at the same time, I've been in a situation here in Japan where I didn't throw the bottle outside, and this is kind of an embarrassing story, but I actually had to pour a water bottle out and pee in it because I got stuck in traffic in a tunnel for 2 hours, and I couldn't hold it anymore. It was either pee my pants in my car or pee in a bottle. So I had to do that, but obviously I didn't toss it out like just for someone else to clean up. I put it in the bin myself at a truckie stop. But like, it's kind of gross, right? That's just normal what they do. And sometimes if you piss off a truckie driver, they will throw a bottle of that at you. Like they'll undo the cap and they'll throw it at you. So oh damn, there's a nice 34 there. Really nice 34. Anyways, I'm actually really close to Yoshi factory, but I just wanted to tell you guys that sometimes some things in Japan like are hidden away and gross that people don't know about. So I figured I'd share that with you guys, and also add in my little pee in a bottle story. All right, so we're at Yoshi factory right now, and Dato-san's flat out working on this car. Some things that are interesting here in Japan is some of the English words and sentences people put on their cars. This is interesting. Drift, show how dumb someone is, team. Not entirely sure what they meant by that. And then the English down here, custom shop baby eyes. There's some strange things here. But this car's actually really cool, top mount mounted. It looks awesome. Dato-san's about to pull the engine out. And then this is Okachan's like D1 spec car, which he uses for drift muscle mainly at the moment. It was really nice. Anyways, I'm about to get Okachan's guard roller, and I'm going to roll the rear guards in my car so I can fit some bigger tires in the rear. And then after that, I'm probably going to head home, and then we might work on the rear brakes and figure out why they're squealing so much, because there's plenty of pad there, there's plenty of rotor. Just need to work out what's going on. Okay, so you would have seen in the time lapse that I started rolling this guard. Now the guard's all rolled up, the lip's completely rolled up now, so that's exactly what I wanted. Unfortunately though, it didn't roll the way that I kind of wanted it to, like in the sense of it looks like I didn't get it heated up enough and the paint cracked and splintered, mainly in 3 places, here, here, and then here. I'm not too fussed though, because I'm planning to repaint this entire car, but what I'm doing initially is I am wrapping the car while I decide what to do paint-wise, because I don't really know what color I want, and find someone who can do a good job here in Japan. Like, I haven't figured all of that out yet. So before I wrap the car, the moment I get home today, is I'm going to put some touch-up paint on this to stop any water from getting in, and then when it gets wrapped, obviously it'll be under the wrap, so that should look after it. But anyways, I'm going to get to the other side. I'm going to heat that up like crazy from the back side, and hopefully that will prevent it from splitting and cracking. All right, so I'm done on this side now, and everything actually went really well. There was no paint chipping or cracking or anything. I was putting the right amount of heat in, and then we got to this part. And I don't know if you can tell this, but there's body filler or bog or putty, whatever you want to call it, that's all in here. So as I started rolling that, it just all started breaking off. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that, and it's really thin. It's not like a whole bunch of it, but it looks like at some point, you know, in the rear here, it's metal here. It's literally just like a tiny thin layer here. So I'd say like at some point he like reversed and sideswiped something here, and they just put a bit of putty on it when they painted the body. But I mean, I'm not fussed. Like I said, the car's going to get repainted and all of that in the future. So what I'll do is I'll do the same thing. Is I'll just put a coat of touch-up paint over that so it doesn't rust, and make sure the wrap covers it as well when I wrap the car. Anyways, going to put the tire back on, but I wanted to show you guys, look at all this engine oil. Like, I need to get in here when I get home as well and just degrease the whole crap out of this, because that engine oil that all came out from the broken oil filter, oil sandwich plate fitting is just throughout the whole car from Nico Circuit. So got to degrease everywhere under here. I wonder if there's a place here in Japan where you can get an under body wash. That might help. Anyways, going to put the tire back on, and then we're probably going to head home. So the engine that Dato-san was pulling out of this car, it's seen better days, that's for sure. Look at all the shards of metal in there, and big chunks of bearing, and yeah, there's like even chunks of like what looks like rocker arms or something that came out of there. It's definitely seen better days. So this new engine here that came in a crate, that's what's going in there. So it's gonna get a new engine, and all of this is going to get transferred over to that one. It's pretty cool. Another SR bites the dust. Not surprised though, right? Alright guys, so we've time warped ahead here, and it's now the next day. It's already like 3:30ish. I spent a whole bunch of time today sleeping in and just catching up on sleep, rest, and everything like that. When you do night shifts and you work in TV production, it's super important to keep your rest. So I'm really glad that I got to do that today. Unfortunately, that doesn't leave me much time to work on the car, but that's okay. My number one priority today is to try and stop the squeaky brakes in the rear. Now, I do know that probably the main reason for that is that the rotors are really worn. There's still plenty of meat there, but they're kind of like unevenly and things like that. So I think ultimately if chafering off the edges of the pads doesn't stop the squealing, then I am going to have to just get a whole new set of rear brake rotors. Now the reason why I'm putting that off as much as I can is because I want to buy a really nice expensive like Project Mu kit or endless brake kit for the rear and the front all at the same time. And you know, instead of spending like $200-300 on a set of rotors for the rear, I kind of just wanted to put that towards that new expensive brake kit. But I mean, obviously, if I can't get away from that, then I'm going to have to do it. So anyways, other things I want to do on the car today is I got a really nice polishing pad for my drill and some really nice compounds. So I want to try that out and polish the headlights up some more. But otherwise, I've only probably got about an hour before I've then got to go inside and do a Skype meeting with the Itaka Garage staff. I just started this new meeting thing that we're doing once a month, where I want to hear like if the staff have any ideas or any improvements that they want to make, and just us as all coming together and trying to like work on improving the company and things like that. So it's kind of like a future kind of planning / encouraging kind of meeting that I think it's going to be very important for us in the future, especially growing as a company and how we're starting to grow rapidly and things like that. So I got to do that with them, and then after that we'll come out and do some more work on the car. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to get done today because I mean it's winter, it's freaking cold right now, and the sun seems to disappear around 4:35 p.m. So yeah, we'll just see what we get to, and I hope you guys still enjoy this vlog. Okay, so you just saw me take an angle grinder to a brake pad, and I wanted to take some time and show you guys why I'm doing that. What do I mean when I say I'm tapering off the edges of the pads? And here's a brake pad that I haven't touched yet. You can see it's got a straight up and down edge on the top and the bottom here. And you can see on the sides here, it tapers off like that. Now, this is the part that
comes in contact with the rotor, and you can see that that's been wearing fine. On the edges, same deal. But what happens is when you have worn rotors, typically when that pad's being pushed up against it, the edges are squealing on this part here because it's not so much worn in this section. It's a little bit higher here on the rotor, which is why you're supposed to get your rotors like machined flat or get new rotors when they're worn and stuff like that. But like I said, I'm trying to avoid that so that I can go and spend bulk money on a full upgrade brake kit. But anyways, so what I'm doing is, here's a pad that I've chafed off the edge on. You can see that I've just taken the angle grinder blade and I've just chafed off that edge there. This is not going to affect my braking performance whatsoever, this little bit of chafering here. So don't freak out, don't stress. This is just like what you can do. Sometimes you can't get away from having squeaky brakes, especially if you have high performance rotors and high performance pads. And the easiest way to get rid of squeaking while you're on the street stopping at traffic lights and stuff is to just chafer off these edges. I had to do this on my 34 because I upgraded to like some really high performance rotors and pads on that, and they would just always squeak when coming to a stop. There was just no way I could stop it until we chafed the edges of the pads, and it stopped it entirely. So little trick for you guys. Hopefully you can use it, and yeah, just obviously be very careful with the angle grinder. Make sure you have a mask and safety glasses on like I do. It's very important you have a mask on because you don't want to breathe any of this stuff that comes off from the angle grinder from the brake pads. Some brake pads can have asbestos in them, so got to be very careful. Anyways, so yeah, I'm going to do this one now, pop it in, put it back together, then do the other side, and we're done. Okay, so I've finished chafering off the brake pads. Hopefully that'll stop the squealing, which I'll go out and test later. I also was able to, while I had the wheels off, was to put all the touch-up paint in the places where the paint had cracked and where that putty was or body filler that had chipped off yesterday when rolling my guards. So that's all sealed up now, and I shouldn't get any surface rust or rust on the bare metal there. I did the same thing on this side, and I switched back to my normal, like kind of daily tires. For now, right now I've actually got to head inside, and we've got to have that meeting that's about to start in 2 minutes. So I'll just leave everything out here like this for now. We'll go and have this meeting, and then we'll come back out and we'll start polishing the headlights. Alright guys, so meeting went really well with the Tucker Garage stuff, and I'm super excited about the future and future ideas that we're going to get. But anyways, back onto my car. Now, I don't have much time left. Looks like maybe I've got like 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes or so left of some light. So I'm going to try and polish these headlights a little bit more. So these are the compounds that I managed to get. So I guess this is kind of like the same as sanding paper grit. I'm not entirely sure, but it says like 3000 grit, 7500 grit, and 9800 grit. So hopefully this will bring the headlights out really nice. Here's like the kind of polishing pads that I've got that will go onto the end of my super cheap IKEA drill, which I need to replace with like a Makita or something in the future, but for now it's doing its job. So I'm going to set up and try and get that done now, and hopefully they turn out really nice. Okay, so it got darker a lot quicker than I was expecting. But I finished one side now, and hopefully my iPhone light is doing this justice. But it looks amazing. There is a tiny bit there of like cloudiness from the inside of the light that I can't get to, but it looks so much better. If we go and have a look at this one, minus the compound that's splattered everywhere. See how this is all yellowy still? And this one is like clear through and really beautiful. Anyways, I'm gonna finish this one, but obviously it's too dark for me to film, so I'll just quickly smash that out and then we'll go inside and talk to you guys. All right guys, so I finished polishing both headlights. They look amazing. I can't wait to show them to you in another vlog when it's daylight and you can see how crystal clear they are. What I ended up doing after that was I actually ended moving the car out and parking it on the street, and then I got a scrubbing brush, some degreaser soap, and a bucket, and just started scrubbing away at those oil marks and stuff that were left on the driveway from that oil leak with that whole issue with the sandwich filter and oil filter crap. So I had to clean all of that. I ended up hosing down the entire driveway, and hopefully that's gotten rid of most of it. Looks like someone's here to deliver car parts. Okay, so I'm back now. It wasn't car parts, but it's kind of related to you guys and vlogs and everything. I got a whole bunch of like new suction cap mounts for mounting things like DSLRs, GoPros, 360 cameras and things like that to the outside of the car so that I can get better footage for you guys. So they're like the ones that have 3 suction caps on either side, and it's a really big like kind of overkill rig so that it'll stay there and it's not going to fall off and things like that while drifting. It's designed for drifting and motorsports and stuff like that. So anyways, look forward for that in the future, because I'm actually going to be doing a few 360 live streams and stuff. Like the next time I'm drifting, I'm planning to put one on top of the car so that when I go live that you guys can see a full 360 angle and move your phone and everything while I'm out drifting on the track. And I'm going to do that for just one session every time I'm going drifting. That's the plan. So keep an eye out for that. Those live streams will be on my channel and they will always stay on my channel. So like they're not going to go private afterwards and stuff like that. Anyways, I think for the rest of the day, like I'm just going to go to the store, buy some chicken and cook May an awesome dinner. Mondays is kind of like our switch off day, which really sucks because like I really wish that I could spend the entire day just relaxing and doing nothing. But I'm really passionate about making more videos for you guys and growing the YouTube channel. So that's why I still filmed today and did something on the car. And what really sucks is I have to go to work again tomorrow, but I do have Friday off, and that's because the new Star Wars movie comes out, and me and May both took the day off to go and do like a date day where we go see the new Star Wars movie with a couple friends, and then we'll have a nice dinner. And anyways, I'm rambling on now, but guys, once again, thanks heaps for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Ja mata ne.